vaccination. And as vaccines continue to be rolled out around the world, many people, of course, are beginning to wonder exactly when they'll be able to travel to their favorite exotic or overseas destinations. We all are. But how soon is too soon to begin planning? And once you do begin, what sorts of things do you need to look out for? For that, we are turning to Gary Howard with CAA Atlantic. Good to see you. We are happy to have an expert join us with information to make sure we are in the clear. So let's get into that. What is CAA's current position on travel as of today, Gary?
As of today, Anna, we follow Global Affairs Canada, and right now we're telling people it's not safe to travel for a variety of reasons. Obviously, the world hasn't been vaccinated yet. There's not all the safety protocols that we would like in place. Even if you're in destination, you decide to travel and go through all those rules. Say if you're in Florida, they're dealing with thousands of cases of COVID. So the hospitals are very, very busy. So you may even have a broken arm and have a hard time getting attention.
Oh my goodness, yeah, definitely something to consider. Oh my goodness. Well, if people are choosing to travel sooner than later, what are some of the things they need to be aware of before boarding a plane, let's say?
Well, you know what? Our research has shown us that Canadians are beginning to want to travel. The things that they are looking for is obviously vaccine, ensuring that safety protocols are in place in destination. And increasingly, people want to use the services of a professional travel agent because they're the ones with the expertise. They know what's going on, and they can give you the best advice. So it will be different travel experience, getting through an airport, getting on a plane, getting on a cruise ship, hotel, whatever the case might be. There will be different protocols in place, but as we get prepared to travel, all of these airplanes, cruise ships, etc., have new safety protocols in place, and they know that they're effective.
Well, you just touched on travel agents. Before any big trip in the past, I always use a travel agent just to cover my bases. Is that what you're still recommending if someone is considering a future travel, let's say?
Yeah, it's again, they'll provide the expertise. We're constantly watching what Global Affairs Canada is saying, and they have the training. And also, if something does go bump while you're on vacation, we can get you home safely.
Okay, so let's talk about the Atlantic bubble. I know many of us, of course, are looking forward to the day that it opens up. In a perfect world, if that does happen by summer, fingers crossed, is there anything we should be looking into before we make any reservations?
Well, we're hopeful that the Atlantic bubble will be open for a variety of reasons, and maybe even travel across Canada. So we'll see. Now we're talking about vaccines to majority of people by June. So we'll see how that goes. But whatever you do and whatever you're planning to book, have a close look at what the cancellation policies are. So some of them are quite steep. So make sure you fully understand that. If by July I have something booked in PEI and can't go, then there's a reasonable cancellation policy. So something to watch out for.
Okay, so you're touching on that. Also, if we are able to travel again in the perfect world, what are some of the different things you think the tourism industry will be handling? What are some of the changes you'll see that, maybe wasn't a thing before COVID?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the cruise industry for this summer will not be coming to Canada, so that we'll have to wait for another year. But all of the resorts, hotels, etc., even private Airbnbs and so on, they're following very strict safety protocols set by the government, and ensuring cleanliness and everything that you would need. And also, I would expect even with the Atlantic bubble, provincial governments will require you to complete some forms and have them in advance of your travels. So you can continue to be like that, just like last summer.
Any big piece of advice before we wrap things up that you would tell somebody who's, looking for information about future travel?
Yeah, well, you know what? The biggest thing is it's okay to start dreaming and planning for travel. It's keep that dream alive. And we're seeing a lot of people inquiring now for late 21 and into 2022 because they want to ensure that they've got that space booked that they want to go to. So start talking about it, start dreaming about it, and we're happy to help.
Dreaming is hoping, and hope is good for the soul. So thank you so much. And it's great we have technology to keep us connected as well if we can't travel over to visit someone that they hold dear to their heart. So thank you, Gary. I appreciate your time this morning.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day and stay safe.
You too. All right, that was Gary Howard with CAA Atlantic sharing some information about future travel. It is 7:52. Please stay with us.
Virgin Radio wants to take your debt and destroy it. Listen to 101.3 Virgin Radio for your chance to win $100,000.